Now this is just a follow on from a previous video where I mentioned my out and about first aid kit, which is what I've started carrying when we go out for a country walk or to the woods, or in fairness it's small enough that you could carry out in the town. Okay, now I've put it in this pouch. It's been made up. I just bought the pouch and I've added the things to it to suit my needs, requirements, and in some ways the expectations and the demands. Now before I go any further, I have received basic medical first aid training and I have been an appointed first aider, but I'm not a paramedic, I'm not a trauma specialist, so the kit in here is limited by my knowledge. Okay, I might look further on about doing some first aid training specifically into trauma and that side of things, but for now this will cover most of the bases that I think I'm going to encounter. The pouch itself, it's made by this company, Viper. Now I've had a few things from them in the past. I can't remember how much I paid for it and I can't remember where I bought it, so best thing to do probably, if you want one like this, they'll probably still make it. Google it and it's like most things, you'll be able to find it. Okay, the pouch itself, the only thing I do want to add on to it would be at the top there is just to maybe put a patch or just a marking so it denotes it as a first aid kit. There isn't unfortunately any Velcro on here, so I can't get a patch and put it on, so I've got to work on a way of doing that. Whether you get one and stitch it on, I don't know at the moment, but it might just help denote it as a first aid kit. So on the front of it you have a little clip. Now the idea being that if there's an emergency and I need to get to something quick, it's normally going to be something which is going to, I would suggest, stem the flow of blood. So hence to say, well, I keep at the front, just under this pouch, one emergency bandage, okay, commonly known as an Israeli bandage. I also have some rubber gloves there as well. Just tucked down at the bottom is a face shield, the type of thing where you can put over your mouth if you are giving CPR, and it just protects any cross-contamination. If I keep the flap down, I can just clip that there. On the front of the flap there's a zip. I have some aspirin. If somebody's having a heart attack, aspirin can be beneficial. In a completely non-medical way, it can thin the blood, which theoretically can reduce the effects of the heart attack. Now, somebody might be allergic to aspirin. Humble opinion, the risk of the heart attacks probably outweighs the risk of the allergic reaction, I should say, to aspirin. I might be wrong. Again, this is where I'm not a doctor. On the side of it, I've got a pair of scissors. Now, these scissors are going to be replaced very shortly by a pair of Tough Cuts or something similar. They do the job, but obviously I could do with something that's round nosed at the end, so it's not just going to stick in, but it just clips into the side there. If I'm carrying the pack on my person, the best way I've found is carrying it on the belt, just using these little molly tabs there. I could hang it off the D-ring using a carabiner, but it's just easier to keep it on the belt, and then it's on the side so I know exactly where I need it. There is a couple of pockets behind there, and again a little bit of molly webbing there, so I could put stuff in there. Haven't put anything in there yet. The D-ring I could actually use to hang it on a tree at camp. Again, the idea being I want to keep it on my person. Now in the bag itself, I'll just open the zip. I'm going to turn it a little bit so you can see it. I'm just going to take this out a moment. Now this hopefully is going to show up okay. I have some antiseptic cream, some micropore tape, a crepe bandage for sprains, some paracetamol, and some ibuprofen. So I keep some of that there. On the opposite side, I have some anti-diarrhea pills. Just in the back I have some 5cm by 5cm wound dressings, nothing ginormous, it's all got to fit in, and some antiseptic wipes. Now I could go for bigger dressings, I could go for more wipes, but the idea being this is a go-to first aid kit. The thoughts are, if there's an emergency bleed, I have an Israeli bandage. if I have the requirement to stem a cut, I have the dressings. This will actually pack away quite nicely. Still got some space in there. And then we'll just go straight onto my belt. So there we have it. There is my everyday carry, out and about first aid kit. Just a very small pouch. Pouch its size is about just under 6 inches, about 5 inches by 4 inches. So not ginormous, but it does the job. And say if you're out and about, especially anywhere where you might be cutting wood, or if you're at risk of maybe falling, woods can be dangerous, hills can be dangerous. It's good to have a little bit of backup with you, and I'm sure we're all aware of what's going on in the news at the moment. I don't want it to become political, these videos, but there is a threat level, and maybe in its own way this might help. If not for me, it could help somebody else. I hope you enjoyed watching the video anyway, so thank you very much. And if you have any comments or suggestions about the first aid kit or any of the kit inside it, or suggestions of what I might want to add into it, please feel free, put the comment at the bottom, and I will try and answer it. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.